Alrighty, guys. So I have Jorge here. He's from Florida. He's been with us. He's done quite well. He's been killing it with the program. So I'm just gonna ask him a couple of questions right here. So Jorge, tell me a little bit about yourself. What market you're from and how long you've been an agent for and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been an agent for 3 years now. I was part-time last year, and I went full-time this year, basically around the same time I joined the program.
Awesome. And yeah, just so for everyone knows here, like so far, like how long ago did you join the program?
I joined the program back, I don't even remember. Was it like February? You guys were doing the beta. There wasn't that many people in it when I joined.
Yeah, and it shows like February, and then yes, this was February. I mean, so up until date right now, like I think you've been doing a lot of organic stuff, which has been crushing it. A little bit of paid ads as well. So, like in terms of results, like what did you get out of it so far?
Yeah, so the first thing I did was paid ads, right? That was what I was used to before, but I was just doing it wrong. And then when I came into the program and learned about, how to do an effective Facebook ad and how to, all the things that I was doing wrong with it, I started to see leads like right away, like as soon as I started with that. And then at that point in time, I had the ISAs calling them, and out of the first Facebook ad, I think I spent around $300. I had a buy sell appointment like the first week of doing Facebook ads, which was crazy to me, right? They ended up not selling their home and just renting it out. And so that one didn't go anywhere, but I did get a new construction deal out of that for a $250,000 home. And that one is scheduled to close actually next week. So it's exciting to actually see that one come to fruition.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But at that time, it was like perfect for me because I was like, you know what? Let me pack before pre-pandemic, right? I was like, let me pack September, October, and November with deals because it's usually the slow months.
Yeah.
Right. But since the pandemic, now it's like this is our spring now.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. I had like results pretty much right away, like something under contract right away as soon as I got into the program. But where I've seen the most return on investment and where I've almost exclusively focused my efforts in the last, 3-4 months has been organic.
That's huge.
So between like you never really know when you're doing organic, which is the one that works the most, because I post in Facebook groups, right? Which is what you guys recommend. And then I do marketplace. But I also post those marketplace listings in Facebook groups. So people reach out. Like, I mean, you're supposed to renew the listings. I haven't renewed a listing in like 12 weeks. And I still get like 1 or 2 leads a day that are asking me about, either first time home buyer or 100% financing, which is a popular program. And I have a few new construction ones out there too.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you're crushing it with the organic. As long as your offer's on point, and then that's like the good thing. Like a lot of agents do miss out with organic, so that's huge. And yeah, like even with the database, like with paid ads, just for the agents side of a program as well. Like you did pick up some results, but organic has really crushed it for you. Paid ads, I mean, if in the grand scheme of things, how much would you spent total on ads?
So I did 300 back in the spring, and then I had another like 200 in like May, June timeframe. And from those, I picked up a listing for 170,000. And they bought a house with me as well for 250,000. And then the other one that I got around June was from marketplace. So that one wasn't from the paid ads, but still, I mean, $200 to make close to 5,000 after splits.
Yeah.
What the return on investment is.
That's the thing, right? With paid ads, it takes longer because everyone's like, so it's more of a database thing. But yeah, it was good that you got results right away, and most of them does come down the road as well. But that's good for you. Not just for the agency side of a program, like what's in your own opinion, like what works best? So like in terms of like, let's say follow-ups, lead comes and replies to your text. Like, do you find calling right away works best, or do you find the texting back and forth, building rapport, low pressure strategy works for you?
So, and I wanted to touch on this if we don't get on it, but like a lot of people reach out to me since I'm like on the website, And I tell everyone that I talk to, like, if you're not willing to put in the work, then like maybe don't sign up for the program, because it's not gonna be like magic. You have to actually call the people. You have to call the leads. You have to close the deal at the end of the day. And from what I've learned, just based on, you know, the what I've been doing, is if a person, like, find the person on their level, on their medium. Some people are more comfortable on phone calls. Some people are more comfortable on text messages. Some people are more comfortable via email. So whatever, like, the deal from February that's closing next week, new construction, she had received maybe 5 text messages, automated text messages, never replied to a single one. She replied to an email.
Exactly.
And then the reply to the email was like, hey, I'm interested, but I don't know what I'd qualify for. Bingo. You know, like, that's the best, you know, kind of lead you can get. And that one converted in like 4 days. You know, it's like, she emailed me on a Tuesday, and I asked her, do you want to go look at the house on Saturday? She was like, no, I don't want to go look at the house. I want to find out if I get approved first, which is perfect. Got them through to the lender for the new construction builder, and she got pre-approved.
Awesome.
We went to go look at the house, and she signed on the same day. So I would say for the agents in the program, if someone texts back, I would just stay on text unless they say otherwise. You know, they could be at work, they could be at the gym, you know, on a treadmill, and reply to a text message. You don't know what they're doing in life. So I would say, if they text you, text them back. If they email you, email them back. If they call you, if you have a missed call from them, then definitely call them back.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake I think a lot of our agents make. Like, they start like, hey, here's my number, give me a call. But the thing is, like, I think the most important thing is like know, like, and trust. I think you do a really good job of that. Like, because in the end of the day, like, these people probably never heard of the agent before, so they come in, you gotta build a rapport, and then now, like you said, you gotta like see what works best for each person, right? Now, it takes a little bit of time to dial that in. I think that's the hardest part, which is like the sale part of like converting into deployments. But once you dial it in, it's easy, right? Like, I think you spend $500 to make XYZ dollars. So like later on in the future, you could spend more on ads and outsource that to like a VA, right? Virtual assistant, which is like, it's off of your hands. But yeah, that's good. And yeah, like we're almost nearing the end of the interview here. We'll keep it short. But if there's one thing that you recommend for agents, like either be a mindset when working online leads, or like, what's one tip you recommend for them to succeed?
So I think the most important thing is to just be patient. I guess the system works, and I think a lot of, like, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people say like it's a bad lead, but yet the person, like, you have the person's first name, last name, phone number, and email address.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get these first name, last name, phone number, and email address. I plug it into White Pages, or I plug it into Spokio, and they own a home.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a bad lead. That's a person who's like remotely interested in real estate. Like, no one who's not interested in buying, like, it's going to be just searching for a home. They clicked on your ad because it piqued their interest. Like, you might be that first seed for them to decide, like, hey, I actually do want a pool home now. Like, now that I saw this pool home on Facebook, maybe I'll start looking and see like if there's any pool homes that I can afford. A lot of people have equity in their homes, and they can afford to move to a bigger home and keep the same payment with the low interest rates that are out there right now. So my thing is, like, there's no such thing as a bad lead, and internet leads are not like, 80% conversion rate. It's 2 to 5%, and that makes you money all day. You can scale it up as fast, as slow as you want. It's basically up to you.
Exactly. I think that's the most important thing. Like, I think agents, they forget to see the bigger picture, like how much did I actually spend and how much did I get back? And because real estate is such a longer term game, right? That's the unfortunate part, that it takes a little while, because it's really trust, right? But once you get, like, let's say you spent, like, I interviewed other agents, they spent $2K to make $50K back in commissions, right? So if he spends $4K over the span of a couple of months, even a year, he's just spent $4K to make almost $100K back. And I think it's a no-brainer, but it just takes time, because people come in your CRM, they're gonna know you, they're gonna like you, they're gonna trust you. got to put out content as well. I see you doing lives and stuff on your Facebook page, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're buying into you. They're not buying into real estate. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, last thing, like you just said, touch upon it. Like, you got to be the sales pro and not the order taker. I think that's a number one thing that kills people with online leads. Like, I only want people that are ready to go and transact with me. And the thing is, like, everyone's so busy as an agent, right? Like, I understand, but I think the most important part is, like, just in the beginning, put the work in and, like, be the sales pro. Like, learn that, and then later on you can outsource it, right? Like, if you value the system, you can up your ad spend, bring on other agents underneath you, or even assistants. But yeah, Maury, thank you so much for your time. It's going to help a ton for the group members. So yeah,
absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to share with me last minute or anything?
Yeah, I mean, if you take anything away from this, go to your Facebook profile and please put that you're a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Right. And where you service, because I can't believe how many people friend request me that are actually real estate agents, and I can't tell that they're a real estate agent. Like, people are going to search for you. People are going to click on your profile and see what you do, see what you say. So that's where, you saw the content, right? Just post a video, man. Just post a video once a week. You'll be surprised how many people will reach out.
Yeah, exactly. Just as like some of the agents that are inside our program, like, you probably did your research, maybe even called Jorge, but that's the exact same I can't find the word, but behavior that everyone does. It's the same thing, right? So yeah, Jorge, thank you so much for your time today, and then we'll chat soon. Thanks.
Absolutely. You got it, man.